Thank you, Benjamin. Indeed, how to gain the winning team starting with yourself. My name is Robbin Reijnen, founder of Wonderlab, co-founder, I need to say, together with my partner Jan Heij van Twist. Hi. Thanks for attending this workshop. I will do it together with Peter van Nieuwburg from the True Talent team. And we talk about the winning team. And first, I'm trying to explain why is it so important to talk about the team. And Peter will go a level deeper into how to investigate in yourself, to start with yourself, and from there on, building the winning team. All right. Yes, it works. Wonderlab. Our mission is to realize successful businesses. And we created, therefore, an ecosystem. And at the ecosystem we created... Wow. We just started too early, I guess. Okay. Oh! Ah, okay.
Using the emergency exits as indicated. Do not use the elevators.
This is Vortex, I guess, again? Okay.
This is the one you're going to help.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ted van Hoofd from Team C. It happens before, I guess in your office, but also at the Wonderlab location, where we facilitate Ted as well. So, not working? Wow, people drive technology. It's standby, it's on, yes? Okay. You can hear me at the back? Okay.
Still some seats in the front free, so
Yeah.
you can take a seat in the front.
Okay. So, welcome. Thanks for attending this meeting. I will start a bit over again. I hope you hear it also at the back at the... Okay, cool. So, our mission is to realize successful businesses. And therefore we create an ecosystem from ID to market. And we created programs, facilities. And we are located at the area of Strijp S, in the building Video Lab, where we have access to creativity, technology, talent, and that's where we're going to talk about today. But what we do is, I guess, not the most important thing to tell here. The statement I'd like to make is why we do this, to realize successful businesses. This number, doet hij het weer? Yeah. This number, 125,000, is about the initiatives that started in the Netherlands in 2015, I guess. And it are initiatives, commercial, but also social, so foundations, businesses, corporations. And the fact is, ING Bank investigated that 200 of these initiatives are labeled as successful. So they see 200 out of 125,000 initiatives as economically or social successful. They add value in terms of business, in terms of employment, etc. And we as Wonderlab think that's way too low. That's, I guess, 0.016% or something like that. With all the capabilities, with all the technology, with all the talent we have in the Netherlands, with all the history we had in our entrepreneurial travel, we think this number is way too low. So that's why we want to make a contribute to realize more success. And my statement I want to make, before Peter is going a level deeper on that, is that successful businesses we see in daily practice is all about people. And fortunately, Benjamin said that in TMC it is two. People drive technology. We think people drive success. And the reason why we think that is true is that because this is what business is about. In the first place, it's about yourself. And if you know who you are and why you're doing things, then you are able to get other people involved. Then you are able to create your team, to commit your team. Then you are able and focused on the customer in a more earlier stage of your entrepreneurial travel. And of course, the investor, also very important in the very early stages of a new business, where we focus on. And in daily practice, we have a lot of examples that confirm that it's all about people. This is Gijs. And Gijs is a very young entrepreneur. And he applied for Wonderlab. And he is the co-founder of Playfully Enterprises. And they want to contribute to lower the level of loneliness among elderly people. And he started with this product. And it's a kind of interactive smart playboard. So as you see, this is what we call in the Netherlands the ganzenbord. Maybe you know that. And this is one of the prototypes he developed. And Gijs achieved, especially if you look at his age, a lot of success. He created a team. They created with less resources three prototypes and go into the market. But Gijs stopped the project. And from his point of view, it was a success. It was a learning process along the entrepreneurial exploring. And from now on, he's become a better entrepreneur. But from our point of view, it was a bit of a failure, you could say, because there is now business success. So if we are able to look more at the people side from the beginning, where entrepreneurs are starting their entrepreneurial dream or project, that helps us to get more success out of the business. Whom of you know this man? Sorry. Yes. What's his name?
Ask with why.
Yes. Simon Sinek. Okay. I think I don't have much time anymore left, but because Peter is to talk more about how to get the winning team. But Simon Sinek's statement is start with why. And he explained that in terms of what he calls the golden circle. And if you don't know the golden circle, just look on YouTube and he will explain what it is. But basically he says what we do when we talk to people, when we pitch, when we explain what we do, which product we develop, what kind of business we're going to create. We talk about from the outside in. So we talk about what we do, what kind of solution we made up. And then we're going to talk about how we do it. And then we're going to talk about maybe, when we go a level deeper, about why we're doing it. Why we get up early in the morning to take all that sacrifices and starting that entrepreneurial dream. And what's interesting about this is that the why is about your inner motivations. It's about your drives. It's about the person. So what he says, if we are able to explain, to meet, to pitch from the inside out. So why are we doing things? And then come up with how we're going to do that and with what we're going to do about it in terms of services, products, etc., then you're going to be more successful. So my suggestion is that we put not why right in the middle of that golden circle, but who. And from there on, we need to start. And Peter, in my opinion, you are very good in helping us and our startups from that point on to start with yourself and go on further on building your winning team. So I hand over to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Robin. My name is Peter van Nieuwburg. I'm co-founder of the True Talent team, and I'm only working with people to show what their drives are. So we don't look at technology drives people, but we look at what drives people. And I want you to, I have 10 minutes. I normally talk about 2 hours about people, so Benjamin didn't give me that time. And I want to show you something on the way you can look at yourself to be successful. And I only have one takeout for this meeting for you guys, and that is that if you know what makes you tick by nature, it helps you to be successful. So let's focus. Have you ever seen someone very successful or not, although he had all the capabilities? No one? Ever surprised if a team is successful or not? Whilst every capability is there. You work in teams, I suppose. Huh? Your team's always successful?
Not always.
Not always. Do you know why? Why it's not, or why they are successful?
It's a bit difficult because people working on several locations, several teams.
Making a connection, ensuring that people do the right thing at the right time. They're using their talents. And sometimes they miscommunicate. They start to be in each other's allergy zone. So a lot of things can happen in a team. I think we all have that experience. So it's not only about capabilities. It's not only about behavior. So what's important? Is it important to see how people behave, or to check what makes them tick, where their talents are? If you look at the person, what do you see? You see behavior, or you see their drives behind it?
At first glance, their behavior.
Yeah, at first glance, their behavior. Exact. So we always have the tendency to judge people or hire people or work with people based on their behavior. It's much more interesting to see why they behave the way they do. And sometimes don't behave the way you expect. It's interesting in business, it's interesting privately, and it's interesting to look at yourself and just check, hey, why do I react the way I'm doing? We are all mature people working in this company or working elsewhere, so we all know how we tick, I suppose, I hope. In my view, and it's not about the 4 colors, but you can look at yourself in a few ways. If you judge your own behavior, you can see, hey, is this behavior coming by nature? Is it what I really like, which gives me energy? It's the energy track, so does it energize me? Or is it behavior which costs me energy? And are there things in my life which I have not discovered for myself yet? So I put it in 4 colors. And I'll show it in a chart which maybe makes it relevant. If you look at people, they have talent. We all have talents here. And some talents you have discovered and you use them. That's a quality. Some you might still have to discover. That's talent. And sometimes you need to do things in work, in private, which really cost energy. That's the red circle there. And I suppose almost that not every one of you knows what behavior is natural and what comes more by adapting to the situation. And why is it relevant? Because the red, fragile strength as I call it here, might have an interesting effect if pressure is on. Because that red circle in the past is about your survival mode, things you need to do, and that takes over everything else. That's why sometimes teams don't function that well. Because they start under pressure to work in their survival mode. And knowing what your survival mode is and where your talent is very relevant, because if you know that about yourself and your team, it helps you to manage it much, much better. So, how do we know that? That's an important question. If I talk about that, how do you do it? Well, let's see. You can try trial and error, see it. But that's difficult. This wise little lady, I don't know whether everyone knows Pippi Langstockings and Longstockings. I've never tried this before, so I definitely should be able to do that. That's an entrepreneurial mind. Mostly we, certainly the Dutch between us, I don't think I can do it. Well, trial and error, that's how we learn a lot in life. And that can be difficult, it needs some self-confidence, it needs a safe environment, self-reflection, and it takes time. So that's an important one. That's how we learned a lot as human beings. But there are other ways. Testing. And we are all in an environment where testing is something which is very common. Personality tests, talent scans, team events where we test each other. I think we all know those tests. And they are very useful. But normally they only look at behavior. And what I try to explain a little bit is that we have to look at what's behind behavior. And it's difficult to test that. There are a number of possibilities. We as a company use one using images, but I won't go into that. But it's important to try to find out for yourself. Because if you do, it helps you to find your way in that. I need to make some progress. So, if you have the ability to see what behavior fits you, might fit you, and what's your adapted behavior, you can work on that. You can develop, because you know that, on those aspects. And it helps yourself and it helps your team. And that's very interesting, because it helps you to manage your pitfalls, to understand the people in your team. And if you understand them, they will work better together. So making the connection with the other people, which sometimes is difficult because of distance, etc. If you understand each other, you know how to manage that. And it's possible. Okay.
Thank you.